just died again? I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time.
Leave me alone. Watch this!
Light of the blazing sun!
Yes, you are. Qualified after all.
Now that's what I call treasure.
Bring it!
Let's ride! words of an adventure worth remembering.
Easy.
Try and stop me! Full throttle!
Let's hope you both
Rise
can
to
give
the
a good
sun.
fight.
Everybody stand back!
Let's see your kills this
Plastic
next
surge.
time.
Now that's what I call treasure.
The Wild Hunt assault on Star Sand Shoal, you mean? Huge wave. First I've ever seen of that size.
No, I mean there's been another to the north of Nasha Town.
What? How many does that make in the last couple of days now?
Can't be helped. There are only a handful stationed on our side in the first place, and the cannon hasn't been fixed yet either. They've been strained to breaking point for a while now, I'll bet.
I'm bugging out if this goes on much longer. And here you all told me this was a good place to do business. Fool me once, I said. Hey now, this could be our big break. My second eldest brother made his fortune off wild hunt attacks, you know. Left for us to scavenge.
Hey,
Should have told him that those are dangerous thoughts. Guess you're right. Paimon will have you know. Hey look! I know an Inefa are here in Nasha Town! Dying to know something, aren't you? You totally... What? No! Anyway, let's just...
Familiar faces identified. Our good.
Whoa! Free manual labor detected! Those evaluations could not be more different.
This is Sosi, Sergeant Major of the nearby Lightkeepers.
Wait, that means...
He is Flynn's superior, as far as position is considered.
A pleasure to meet you all.
This is the Traveler and Paimon, friends of ours. They're...
Hi there!
Indeed. The sooner we can get it firing again, the quicker we can ease our current predicament. 2 more wild hunt incursions have come sweeping in at different locations after the last one at Stars.
Hasn't Flint's gone back to your HQ to ask for reinforcements?
Has he now?
Yeah. That's what he said he was gonna do anyway.
He hasn't contacted me about that yet. As per standing orders, he should be leading a team to root out the wild hunt. But I haven't received any reports for a while. Well, he does act outside the remit of his orders sometimes.
So, he made the call for backup on his own initiative?
Hard to say. Contacting HQ's a tricky business. I should know, I've tried. And all the while, we're the ones who have to deal with the wild hunt, which, by the way, can strike anywhere in Nod Cry without warning, sweeping across vast swaths of land. We need to send our personnel where they're needed most. A single missive will not do much to change HQ's attitude, I fear. Flynn's understands this well enough. We usually sort our foes ahead of time into ones that our rat Nikki will take care of, and I finished the preliminary dispatch work already, but this...
Okay. Hurry up, I know. Fix this, I know. You fix it if you're in such a hurry. That, or bring me some snacks. This is...
Could you at least tell me how long we'll be delayed? We're way past our scheduled firing time.
Well, that's your fault for firing too often recently. Machines get overworked too, you know. Sorry, what?
In layman's terms, this refers to wear and tear. As such, a machine is more liable...
All right. I'm not good at this stuff, I know that. But let me stress that we Lightkeepers are the
And I'd say that was a good deal for you. You should thank the Krumkake craft shop. Do you even know how much it would have cost you if you bought all the parts?
Reminder, your future snack budget will have to be halved without the long-term commission payment, I know. Calculating a viable and cheaper option. Lavender melon candy.
What? No! Absolutely not! Wouldn't this place be crawling with more monsters than there are fungi and Sumeru by then?
That might not be the concern you think it is. The monsters of the Wild Hunt are only active in the immediate vicinity of its attacks. We Lightkeepers will also keep an eye on those areas, both to monitor the monsters and to prevent people from entering the cannon's blast radius. That said, I'm afraid I can't wait 3 hours before dispatching manpower to the locations.
And here's where my need for manual labor comes in. There are some checks I haven't finished yet, but with your help, I can wait. But we don't know a thing about this stuff. You'll be fine, trust me. Just take this. Whoa! This book is so heavy. You can use Beep Boop Pizza to run diagnostics on the cannon. It'll tell you what to do. And
This cannon was built using more than 50 components from different factories and manufacturers. I know...
So, it's manuals all the way down, huh? Yep. And if you're quick about this, we might just cut our time to fire down by a whole 2/3.
I'll go with you.
Nice! So you'll check the outside and the Nefa inside. Come find me in the control room once you're done. Cool? Cool.
Instructions received. Please go about your work.
Hey! A little snacking will also improve my efficiency by 2/3. Aino's explanations for things that don't interest her are a bit... Isn't Beep Boopita just following us around? Sure doesn't seem as smart as she said it is. How are we even supposed to know what to check?
I've watched Inefa perform routine repairs before.
Ah, so you're...
Now that I'm not so sure of. Let's search around together and see what the robot reacts to.
Works for Paimon. Is this it? Probably not. Or this one? Oh, ew!
That thing over there looks promising.
Where? Oh, yeah! It does! Whoa! It's flying! So,
Down out here. This is just a temporary stop along the way. The actual comes right after this. I promise.
wow! What do you know? I know was right. We got this.
Still, it's impressive how you figured things out right away.
Paimon's up next, along with this stupidly heavy book. The matching result for this symbol is check passed.
Well, as they say, no news is good news.
Yeah, guess you're right. Just feels like we did all this stuff. Paimon's getting the hang of this now. And this time... Huh? Why are you angry? Oh... We need to take note of the order in which his eye colors change. Purple, red... Hey! What? So now we've got music... All right, one fine...
Agreed. I must say, you two have a talent for maintenance work. A bit shaky at points.
Good eye! Paimon...
Really, I'd have liked to share the load, but you were really...
Ugh. Couldn't you have mentioned that earlier? A pictorial prompt this time. Don't worry, Paimon's just about gotten the hang of which prompts are listed. We gotta take note of the flashing patterns. One yellow flag. Maintenance is a high priority task. The description of input. Phew, that was a...
Yeah, good work indeed. But it's... Looks like we're all good. We can remove this thing now. No clue, frankly. But whatever. I got a feeling we've all given up trying to figure this cannon out. I'll go get the replacement component. We should be done once we pop it in here. What do you think? Maintenance work's easier than running errands, wouldn't you say?
That's for sure. We're counting on you, Sosie. know what? Paimon took him for the stuff. Let's wait for him here, huh?
Are your tasks complete?
Yep. Sosie's gone to get the replacement component. We'll be done here once we put it on.
Allow me to check against the recorded data. Yes. This component is approaching its replacement deadline. The cannon will generate immense recoil when fired. If this is not controlled, the firing platform will become misaligned. This part is designed to anchor the cannon and ensure accuracy when aiming.
Huh. So, if the cannon isn't fixed in place, will it start spinning around like some kind of massive firework?
A novel analogy, but an apt one. The large-scale damage that might follow would be undesirable by anybody's standards. This component is currently easily damaged. The materials are not up to par, and there are still some design flaws. Estimated waiting time remaining: 7 minutes.
Yeah! Dessert's just the best after a...
Certainly. It will be ready shortly. Observation. Freshly baked krumkake results in the most efficient improvements upon human happiness indices.
Thanks for the treat. Aino's lucky to have you. Thanks! Things went great over here, too. So, as we agreed,
Understood. I will inform the inhabitants of Nash.
And I'll inform the Ratniki stationed around Wild Hunt anomalies to make sure they fall back in a timely fashion. Thanks for your kind assistance. I better make a move. Ratniki from other sites should have sent reports back here, and I'll need to sort them out promptly.
righty then. See ya! Bet this huge cannon's a real sight.
That is correct. A huge crowd tends to gather on its own accord on such occasions. Pure, bright energy rays have never failed to inspire obsessed admirers. If you are interested, you can come back later to behold it in all of its glory.
Sure. We did help fix it after all. It'd be weird if we didn't want to see it in action. Oh yeah. Wonder where that strange phantom went. Never mind what it's doing. Let's try our luck at the flagship. See you later, guys! Just be sure not to miss my masterpiece in action. Here now, and maybe, just maybe, let's get some of their berries and fried meat too, huh? We still haven't had it yet. Oh, come on. Why so uptight?
Excuse me, are you guests? If you wish to return to your room while the banquet is on, please use the side door.
No, we're not heading back to our room.
That is correct. Only those invited to the banquet may enter. Our goal is to ensure that our regulars can enjoy peace of mind and comfort, so that they can speak freely with one. But here in Notcry, channels hold equal value to Mora. I am but a lowly employee, so you'll have to forgive my inability to—
It's fine. Can't be easy, but... Looks like we'll have to switch Nefer, right? The curator... but if we ask her straight up, she'll likely... Oh! Paimon's got a plan! We'll be heading to Hisi. If Never doesn't mention a payment, we can cash our services in as a favor. The thought of Mora made it worth the effort. Black Cat, we're here! Oh, it's you this time.
Hello, you two. What's up?
Not much. Just here to say hi. Also, we'll be going to Hisi Island later.
How thoughtful of them. Bet they want something from me in return. Well, the faster the delivery, the better. Yehoda's gone to get the medicine, and she should be back any moment now. If you have nothing else to do, feel free to wait here. I'll have someone bring you some...
Don't mind if we do then. Thanks!
Oh yes, I'm sure you've all heard about what's going on. Nasha Town's in turmoil, and right now everyone wants intel. Whether it's to strike it rich, save their lives, or escape whatever predicament they've found themselves in.
Ah, so you're busy making Mora.
It's not all good news, I'm afraid. We're stretched so thin that the price for taking priority slots has all but skyrocketed. In other words, we've had to suspend free intel handouts.
She cornered us right away!
If there's anything that worries me right now, it's the Wild Hunt. It affects...
Huh? That doesn't sound too hard. If you need some...
Is that so? But... No. Forget I said anything. I mean, you're great heroes. Is there now? You should have said so sooner. Far be it for me to extort you of all...
What's there left for us to say here?
More like our common perspective. Most who live here only wish to defend their own interests. But we are different, are we not? We both seek to resolve the chaos that the Wild Hunt has caused.
Or like make a profit off the Wild Hunt. Paimon doesn't believe a word she says.
Dissatisfied, are we? The number of commissions over at the Adventurers Guild spikes during tumultuous times, too. Would you call taking those jobs for Mora a sin?
Well, that's...
We might squeeze some advantage out of chaos, but equally, chaos could uproot everything we've built at any time. And what business would there be left should it end in some great slaughter, or put to flight many who call Nasha Town their home? And as I understand, the two of you are here in Nodcry to follow a trail of clues yourselves, no?
Well, yeah.
In that case, we should keep Nodcry the paradise people say it is. You must understand, no force exists here that would inspire unconditional unity amongst all parties. After that incident with Lauma, I'm inclined to believe you. Your selflessness is admirable, to be sure, and rare around these parts. Though it's rare for a reason, kid. Just a shame that our mysterious phantom has hidden itself well. Between that and its ability to shift shapes, It will no doubt be a most slippery customer. Really, I'd be all too glad to pass on any additional intel I gain. We make a good team after all, don't you think? You front and center, me behind the curtain.
That does make sense.
A well-placed only, indeed, Paimon. Nothing is wholly divorced from profit of some kind.
Wait, so you were ready to work with us from the start?
Why, of course. In fact, I was wondering when I might bring this up the moment you entered.
But... Hey, boss, I'm back!
Indeed they are. In fact, they've volunteered to deliver the medicine to Lauma on our behalf.
Really? Great! Oh, in that case, guess I'll be clocking out now.
Got a few.
Oh, haven't I already worked a few days? Well, we better get this medicine delivered pronto. Huh? Surely not. Wait, that can't be. Let me see. It was raining back there, so could it have happened while I was resting at the Sorry, boss. I'll get it back right now. Trust me, Hey!
Well then, any plans?
Oh, we were thinking of doing that, but we didn't get much out of it. The townspeople are a bit wary of us.
Ah, yes, the banquet is on today. Perfect timing. That's where we'll go.
Huh? Can you get us an invitation?
Oh, come now. What are we, sticklers for the rules?
Try and stop me!
Lady Nefer, a pleasure to see you. Oh, and our guest.
That's right. My apologies. Consider it my fault for not having.
Oh no, it was no trouble at all. Please do come in.
Yeah, sure, thanks. Not even an invitation check? Oh, Paimon didn't... Now, what do we...
Pardon me? I'm sure we're all having a good time, but I give you tonight's special guest, a renowned mixologist from Mondstadt.
Are you serious? Nice to meet you.
I'm sure that no more needs to be said about Mondstadt's wine industry. The special drinks menu is being set before you as we speak. Now
I see. A new face for the bar.
And here I was thinking, that ain't a familiar face.
Well, it's a rare occasion to be sure. Want to order a glass or two?
Sounds intriguing.
I spoke to the owner. The bar is all yours. The recipes are available for your perusal here. Not to worry. I've taken the liberty of removing the more...
How'd you set this all up so quickly?
Well, as long as you know what both sides need, Negotiations are essentially just a process of the flagship already had plans to invite a professional mixologist from Mondstadt anyway. Demyon will assist you. Serving guests with drinks will be Of course, every guest will have their quirks, so you'll have to be careful not to arouse their suspicions.
Got it! We'll give it a try!
In the meantime, I'll go mingle with some of the guests who pique my interest. There'll be a little event during the banquet's second half, by the way. See.
Hello. How may I... Good work! Now then, get the drink to the guest. Wouldn't want to keep them waiting.
Never consider returning to Snezhnaya?
Would I be killing myself with dumb things? Tell you what, I envy people like you. I'm like a man in a leaking boat, soon to be food for the fish. Wouldn't come to this dump if there were any better place to be.
Come now. Surely it isn't that bad. We've still got the light keepers.
You trust them? I wouldn't. Wouldn't trust anyone, really. You're stuck with the wild hunt here. The Snezhnayans can't be bothered, Lightkeepers can't spare the people, and everyone else, they're a mess. I'd sooner put an ounce of faith in that cannon. Forget it. Let's just drink. Let's see if this new mixologist is worth the billing.
Hello. How may I assist? Good work! Now then, get the drink to the guest. Wouldn't want to keep...
I doubt the Snezhnayans will stand idly by in this wild hunt. Lose money in this range. Leave it over there.
Here's the thing.
Bet you some people are just
Can't
waiting
live
for this
without
place
a
to
little
fall further
spice.
into chaos.
You've got a plan.
These
for
are
that
bounties.
thing.
Hard to
Go to
say.
negotiate prices.
But what I can say is that the situation in Washington will get out of hand if that cannon isn't fired soon. That gun's a symbol. The most solid proof that ordinary folks like us can stand up against the wild hunt.
Wait.
Well, what if that was nothing but an illusion? What if, let's say, the cannon was never meant to be fired? For our sakes at least.
Surely this town is still of value to those who control it.
Of course, that's all it is. Value. For us, though, there's no place but Nashatown. And we're putting its life and ours in their hands.
I get what you mean. Let's just see how this plays out first.
Ooh, seems like they're all talking about the cannon already. Guess that's why Sosie was so anxious.
Hello. How may I assist? Good work! Now then, get the drink to the guest.
So this order was yours, huh?
Indeed. So, any notable news?
Ah, you two must be Nefer's friends. A pleasure to meet you. If you've got a moment, let's have a drink. On my tab, of course.
Paimon doesn't recall there being any other orders right now. Sure then, we can take a break.
Then come, sit. Dimyon, 2 wild berry trails if you would. Without alcohol, much obliged. Hints is the name. I help out at the Rossum workshop in town. They usually put me in charge of making and repairing simple machines.
Paimon's name is Paimon. Pleased to meet ya.
Ah, yes, I've heard. Lots of knights over there in Mondstadt. I imagine your title's an impressive one back home, huh?
We were just messing with you there.
Anyway, help me keep an eye out, all right? Valuable intel will be suitably compensated.
Oh, come on. Is that how it is between us? I mean, I wouldn't even have this job if it hadn't been for your help back then.
So, you've known each other a long time?
That's right. I came to Nodcry with nothing at all. Would have starved on the streets if I hadn't met Nefer. She lent me money to study a craft, and even introduced me to Aino and the Voynich Guild.
That's a huge favor. Huh. So Nefer can be a nice person sometimes, huh?
Well, I'd also say she needed a willing and able machinist at her disposal. Come now, Aino's talents are better spent on issues bigger than basic machine repair and component manufacture. I did think myself a dab hand at such work at first, but compared to her, I might as well be a trainee who couldn't It took me a long while, but I finally got to the point where I could make my own machines, and even maintain some of Aino's relatively complex ones, like Kuvaki detectors or mechanical arms.
He's the one responsible for maintaining Yehoda's robotic arm.
Oh, speaking of that, didn't Sosi have a mechanical arm too?
That's right, one of Aino's masterful designs. I could never design one of those in my life, but if you gave me its blueprint, I could hammer one out. Nowadays, I've got regular customers, which makes for a decent keep. Even got a kid, if you can believe it. I wouldn't have. Had you told. On the flip side, being a family man means I can't just flee this place whenever I feel like it, so I'm afraid I'm counting on you to help solve this wild hunt crisis.
All the more reason to be proactive and do your part. Wringing our hands in despair does us no good in times of crisis. Oh, wait. Just another question that's been bothering me. Have you heard anything?
I have heard of humanoid shapes being sighted, but familiar faces? No. Most would think they'd lost their wits from fright if they started hallucinating. After all, no ordinary person could survive an assault from those monsters. Does this have anything to do with our current wild hunt crisis?
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
All right, I get it. I'll keep my ear to the ground for you. And
then we'll take our leave. Enjoy your drinks. He's a social man. You can often find him here chatting with friends, and he's had contact with all manner of clients. Since he's never heard of the wild hunt exhibiting the power to imitate familiar
That does sound worth noting.
A good idea. And one our upcoming activity will facilitate. Come, back to the bar.
Thank you for waiting, everyone. The roulette showdown is ready to begin.
Finally!
Come on, let's go try our hand.
Joining us, new girl?
We'll pass.
No, you won't. The one who'll be mixing the roulette special has to take part. Those are the rules.
That's more like it.
Since we have a new friend with us today, the wheel before you is divided into an inner and outer circle. The drinks are divided into juice, tea, and alcohol, with that last further divided into 3 levels by intensity. Spin your way to a non-alcoholic beverage, and you'll score no points. Otherwise, you get 1 to 3 based on alcohol content. During a round of drinking, one participant may choose another with less points than them and pose a question, which the other party must then answer.
This sounds like it might favor those who score higher, but push your luck and you might not recall any answers you were given the next day. Defeats the purpose, wouldn't you say?
And that's why the person mixing the drinks has to take part. You know, just in case they decide to pour heavy, then sit back and watch the show.
Not that our newcomer looks like the drinking type. Either way, looks like we're in for a show.
Anything you drink will be replenished. And additionally, I have decided to sponsor a grand prize for this grand occasion. A single serving of Dark Horse.
What? Do my ears deceive me? A chance to drink Dark Horse and not cry?
Dark Horse. Guess we'll have to take part now, huh?
Indeed. The Dark Horse could be yours to enjoy, so long as your luck holds, and so long as you can remember its taste the day after. And if our lucky winner can drain the whole serving in one go, they will gain the right to ask everyone a question, regardless of their score.
High risk, high reward. That's gotta be some
Now, if there are no other questions, let us begin. Allow me to get the ball rolling. Intensity 3. Looks like I'll have to put my back into it today.
Let's go!
My turn! Alright, man. Fess up. You've been making a killing lately. Where's it all been coming from?
bro. I heard you met up with some big shot from the Voynich Guild. Mind introducing me sometime?
A normal drink, huh?
We've reached the final round of the roulette showdown.
I gotta say, you Mondstatters really know your alcohol. This recipes are super.
I was wanting to ask about your wife. Your wife.
Bye.